Good evening and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. Hello! And today we are going to be, well tonight, we've already done a stream earlier today as well, in which we completed this beautiful purple science on the right hand side. But tonight we're going to be going and making a move on them tasty warpers. So at the moment we have our carbon nanotubing just kind of jumping away here. We are low, however, on graphene, so we maybe need to do some expansion work first before we even consider warpers. I know, right? I teased warpers, and then straight away it's a bait and switch. But let's just see how our graphene factory up here is going. We've got plenty of acid coming in. But it seems like, yeah, it is our graphite that is a bit of a problem here. So we'd already, yeah, hang on, wait up. Right, so we've got like an extra belt here. But the reason why that is going nowhere fast is because we need to go up, upgrade to at least the first splitter, right? At least, but really we should be doing on the second splitter. Actually, yeah, maybe not the second splitter. This one, yep. That's just upgraded it all the way up to our graphene. Alright. So that'll help our production somewhat. You know, a little. But not a lot. I'm thinking we can probably double this, especially given that we've got our new belts in place. So let's do that. Because we'll need that for our purple science to keep going. Hang on, let's work out what needs to happen here. So this needs to come down, right? So does this. And then this is all going up. From here, all we need to do is just kind of walk it down, like so. That's 4, 5. Oh, so close to 6. We need to do it. We need to get 6. Let's build this little pier out here. I don't want to destroy too much water because eventually we're gonna get into a situation where we need water and we can't mine it from anywhere. Alright, so we've got 5. Oh, not quite 6. Not quite 6 yet. Let's just finish that last bit off. In. Cool. Voila, just like that, we have doubled our graphene production. Kinda cool. Starting to get that part of the game where, you know, you're just getting into a bit of a roll. You've got all your materials are all kind of there, and it's just kind of hooking up the inputs to some extent, anyway. Now we do want to upgrade this line here. Start getting them in to their respective destinations as quickly as possible. Upgrade this acid line as well. Alright. We got it going on. And that's running all the way down too. Which is just beautiful. Alright, so we've doubled our graphene production. I remember a few episodes back, you know, that was a kind of a project by itself, working everything out, and it's just done now. Okay, so that will help with this here. The other thing that we need help with in terms of this is the actual point while we're having carbon nanotubes, or part of the point, which is our particle broadband at the moment. we're just not producing enough for our purple science here. So we're actually going to double the production of that as well. Might or may not be a good idea. I'm not sure really. But that's not going to stop us. So we're going to start it here just so I can take advantage of these belts properly, right? So you're going to be, yep, you. And then we just use a regular style. So that, and then that. You're going to run that on here. And then in. That's pretty much all that should be necessary, and then we can just run those down to the end here. Close to the end here, actually. Did that wrong. We also want to do this so it's just outputting. Right. I have an output, and we'll just do that instead. There we go. Much better. Just because I'd staggered it, so I forgot it to do that properly. We'll run it down to here, and then I just need to make these trains go to the end. These belts. Alright, so I can cut you there, I can cut you there, I can cut you there. And need a little power. That's alright. A little pick me up. Alright, so we've now also doubled our particle broadband. Yeah. Production. Fiber optics, basically. So that'll start filling up our purple science here. Processes we should definitely have enough of. We're certainly producing enough off world. Yeah, we're starting to back up a little bit. Of course, we could probably also just upgrade you guys, right? That's looking a lot healthier now. Brilliant. Alright, so that means we're gonna get ray transmission efficiency in a second. There's the autosave. And so, now that we have that, let's go and do the thing that I promised in today's episode, right? So, as you can see, our Deuteron over here is starting to back up. We're producing our Deuteron fuel cells, but we're not actually consuming them in anything. So the first point of today is that we are actually going to use these to consume things. And specifically, we want to build up a more thing for mini fusion power plants for when I need them. Right, so this thing is going to need acid titanium, blue motors, carbon nanotube, and computer parts, computer chips. So we've got the computer chips coming over here. But we don't have the other things. We do have this thing though, so we can probably add this to the mole from here, or the necessary lines that we need. Alright, so what do we need again? The new thing is the carbon nanotubing, so we'll set you to that. Remote storage, definitely don't need that much. Just set it to 100. And remote demand 500, rather, not 100. Don't be thinking I can't count. Now, most of what I need should be around in one form or another. See, it's all kind of here. Good part of it is. So if I drop that there, say that you're going to make my fusion power plant. Now the reason why we're going for power plant first is because I know that my production of warpers is going to take up a whole heap of material usage. So we need to prepare our power situation before we move on to warpers. So it's not a matter of me just, you know, promising one thing and doing another thing entirely. Even if it seems that way, it's actually a matter of me just making sure we're prepared and we're gonna not just fail as soon as we get to that point. I'll just fill you up with those. Okay, so we have those now. We're gonna want a box of some description. I think that's gonna be too close, so we just jot it across the line. Oh, hang on, you needed. Oh, it's like, hey, I was using that. What we'll do is just put a splitter here. This is like a dog's breakfast, this mole, but that's okay. I'm happy for my moles to be a bit chaotic. Go, set you to go there. Not gonna need huge amounts of them. And then I think we need carbon nanotube and we need acid titanium. Acid titanium. Alright, not just acid. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. Then we're gonna go up one level. Then we're gonna go down a level. Just run it across like so. And then we're going to go find our carbon nanotube, which I put all the way over here. But that's okay, because we'll probably end up doing something with that on its way. Right. Can I get you under there? Yeah, I can. I'm going to turn you there then. Run you down just on this line because it's convenient. Nope, out of building range. That's okay, you can come back in range later. Work you through here somehow. I don't actually want to go too high because otherwise I'll have problems elsewhere. Let's do that. Down to level 2 again. Get you to there. Down another level. Base. There we go. Look at all these drones going. Alright, so there's our carbon nanotubing running down the center there. Fantastic. We'll set you there and you there. Alright, so that'll start producing our mini fusion power plant. Great. Kind of feel like I want to get rid of some stuff as well. Get rid of those. All these little bits that are just kind of filling up my inventory, but I'm not really going to use at any point. These I could probably dump somewhere. Cogs I definitely don't need kicking around. I'm going to use a solar sail in my life. And we'll get rid of them. Alrighty then. Now, how are we doing here? Yep. Slowly burn through that hydrogen. No waste, not whatnot, and all that. Okay, so once we have a few of these power plants up and running, probably got a few actually already. 6 already. Wondering how far they stack up. Actually, what did the fractionators come to in the end? Where are they? Fractionators are maybe up here somewhere. Yep. Stacks to 30. Okay. Kind of feeling like I want to put in one more line of fractionation here, because I am definitely going to need heaps of deuteron. Actually, we might run that and split it like there. Yeah, so. Sorry, my main man. You are going to take a detour. Like so. Get rid of you that way. This is where I want my next splitter to be. So get you, put you like that. And like so. Then up one to there. We can go down, we can afford to make this a little bit messy. And then in. We'll leave this orphan belt here. Just because it's got a little bit of hydrogen, might as well just use it up. Alright. So that gives us another belt. Can be run off like so. And we could have at least another 2 stations here. Now we're just going to create a blueprint. Save you and then take you. Too close to another power facility. I don't know what you're talking about, so we're just going to do this. We've got to have power, so let's make sure we can power all this first before we build it up. It'll look like they've got power, alright. We'll put you in. had an idea on this. I could have not run it as separate lines, but one big conga line. Oh well. No conga line for you. Okay, so we want a line getting our Deuteron out. Should run down that way. So we can start hooking that up too. And that gives us a heap of extra deuteron production that we're going to need for our strange matter production. It's all coming together. Oh yeah. Okay, so from here we're probably going to need to boost our power. I know that we're at 100% satisfaction, but believe me when I tell you that these particle accelerators or colliders are going to do things that will be problematic. Now we also need to be able to start making frame material to be able to produce those particle colliders. So, wow, yeah, we're only going to need one stack. Now, what do we need to build one of these? We needed... first we need frame material, right? So frame material, we need carbon nanotube, acid stuff, and silicon. Alright, so carbon nanotube here, acid stuff here, and that's silicon, isn't it? Yep. So it's all pretty close together. We should be able to work out some way of getting this, surely. There we go. We can at least build at least one frame factory. I know it's not much, but it's all that we need for now, I think. Because this is just here for one purpose and one purpose only, which is to allow us to build these guys. So it's going to need to build up 20. So I'm thinking what I want to do is give it a small box to just continue on as much as it needs. What else do we need here? Blue motors, graphene. Graphene. I swear I've got graphene down here. Here it is. Yep. What else? Hang on. Blue motors, graphene, acid, and processors. seeing everything I want around here. Up in the frame, but I can run that anyway, really. So, let's try do something around here, right? So we'll get rid of that. Also get rid of that. Put a station here, right? So we can then continue to run our graphene down like so. We can run our processes like so, which means we can still hook you up, I think. Nope. I bet you'll take this, right? Yeah. So instead we'll run it like that. Go. You're gonna make my miniature particle colliders. And you're gonna put them in a box over here. Okay, what else do you need? You need blue motors, frame, and acid. Got acid here. So close, yet so far. And then we just need blue motors. You're right here. I can almost touch them. They're going off the wrong ways. Now we could be lazy and run another line. That may be what it comes to. But what I'm thinking is that we could just appropriate this one slightly. Let's say that we're gonna run these guys in here. Out. And then just run it up. Spaghettifying now. We need to fix that silicon. Make sure we've got continuous silicon coming in. We'll do it by doing that. Good. And then we have this guy here, right? So it's going to store up 10. I'm thinking that we want to tell it to spit it out to a box. I don't know if 10's going to be a stack. No, it's not. Alright. Again, spit it out that way. Shoot frames down the line. This is just so ugly, but it is effective. Oh, really? The one place we don't have power. There we go. And that's going to start making my particle colliders. Strange matter, here we come. It's going to take a while to get all the frames that it needs. In fact, I might just upgrade you. So I don't even think that I can just make another one there. But it'd be fun if you could verticalize your factories as well. And you could have belts run through the sky. It could be really cool. Oop, sorry, mic bump there. Okay, so while that's beaving away and just making me a few particle colliders, the beautiful things about moles is you don't really need to sit and watch them. You can go and do other things. And so while that's doing things, we're going to go do those other things. Now I'm thinking I'm going to want a max of 20 or so, so we'll do that, drop you back in. You know, someday we might want 50, but that day is not today. And yeah, so this bit here has been producing the rods for me, and now I want to produce a new power plant. And much like the coal ones, we can make these just kind of stack together. I'm pretty sure like so. Yep. Work the same way. Oh no. Yep, I've done it already. Cool. Did work the same way. Yeah, excellent. So we'll run you down here. Get those fuel rods happening. What else do we need? Probably need... How are we on belts? How are we on belts? Let's organize some stuff. Let's pick up a few more of them. And we'll grab some sorters of the top tier variety. Now, if you're wondering, there can be some benefits to using the lower tier sorters. They consume less power, for one. So it can be a plus to do... Ooh, look at this. We ain't getting enough stone in. To supply everything. That means we're not getting enough. These guys, prisms. What are the prisms being used for? These. They're important. It's probably impeding our blue motor production, or maybe our solar sail production. Which I'm pretty sure is off this direction somewhere. Blue motors, you don't need those. There's going to be something else that needs it. These guys. So we're good at the moment, but it is starting to wear down. Alright, something to be aware of, and to make sure it doesn't become a problem. Alright. So that'll be next project. We're not going to do it just yet. I just want to fill finish off this power plant here. Fusion power! There we go. Let's fill up. So that's going to dramatically expand our generation. So each one of these should be hang on. We can proliferate this, and I think it will be worthwhile. It is a consumable. Copy there. You can always put a splitter here. Good with me. That'll work. It ain't pretty, but it'll work. Split you off there. Make sure you've got power. You spray paint these guys. Get some extra power out of it. Cool. Alright. We have unlocked the Mecha Warp, which is great. We're going for the plane thingy thing. We're not going to turn into a plane, but something different. Let's speed up our just clumping around speed. And none of those are going to be helpful for us. Can't do anything with that. Might as well queue that up. Go with solar sail life, some efficiency. Oh yeah. Really make that live out ages. The carrier engine will be helpful. And we're hitting our queue capacity again. Alright. Cool, alright, so we have Deuteron fuel rod production going. It's starting to use some fuel, which is great. Now I am going to upgrade these bits. Right, just so it's going to add its max. And then we want our particle accelerators. So, in order to be able to make our graviton lenses, which are necessary for our warpers, also necessary for green science when we get around to that, and we can turn green science into warpers, then we are going to want strange matter. So to make strange matter, we need iron, we need pink dumbbells, and we need deuteron. And we need to make that in a particle collider. So I'm just wondering how I want to approach this at the moment. Because I have iron heaps, lots of places. I have deuteron right here. And my pink dumbbells are over there, sort of thing. But what I'm thinking is I want to ship all three in to this sort of area here, if I can. I think I also want to proliferate everything. So we're gonna yoink. Go get our particle accelerators and just kind of think this through for once and design it out. I've got 5 at the moment, maybe because we don't have much frame happening. Yeah, it's really slow. Maybe I should have actually made a frame station. That's alright. 5 is going to get us started. And look at how these come out. Alright. So it's going to input 3. Going to output 1 effectively. I've got my thing right. Yep, it is. So, on that basis, we might be able to, right here. I think we can get 2 rows, 2 output lines, right? So if I do have 2 rows, I really want this to be coming in the middle. Okay, so you're going to be pink dumbbells, going to be iron from somewhere, and you're going to store deuteron. You're going to get it from this bit here. Oh, you could just demand it as well. Yeah, we'll say demand. You're definitely going to be demand, and you're definitely going to be demand. Okay, so it's saying it's got nothing to give there, but I do know that you have, yeah, no drones. Drop you in, there you go. Max, load on drones, please. Ha! Look at it all. Alright, we've got wave function. What else can we get here? Carrying capacity could be useful. Or is useful. Makes my drones more efficient. Oh no, you could be up sooner. In fact, I insist you are. And then that means I could you in. Say splitter. So if we then do a line of particle accelerators, that'll be enough to get it out. Yeah, but what we do want to do, also proliferate everything coming out of this. So you, and you all need to be proliferated straight away. And then fortunately we have this down here. As much as it is spaghettified, we can run it like so. Make sure that it is doing exactly that. Oh, this is so frustrating. Devs, can you fix this, please, if you're watching? There we go. Alright, so... Hey, we got an achievement. That's fun. So from here, we're gonna need, of course, our particle accelerators. If I can just change you around a bit and really minimize the gap here. Mind the gap, please. Me. Alright. We'll do 5 out this way, and I think I can get 5 on the other side as well. That's 10 of these guys producing strange matter. I could also make deuteron as well. So with 10 hydrogen, I can guarantee 5 of these. I will sort out the iron bar situation later. So just for the time being, I just want to get this side done. Now, how much does that mean though? What's the practical effects of this? So every 8 seconds. So if I'm doing 5 a side, then I'm not even doing 1 a second. If I'm doing 10, I'm just doing a little bit over 1 a second. And then these guys, every 6 seconds it's going to need 1. So I'm going to do 6, a bit over 6 of graviton lenses on that basis. Then turn it straight away into space walkers. Okay. That works for me. So we want iron, and we want to just feed it iron bars directly into that. Are we not using any iron around? What are you? You're feeding into this. You're kind of obsolete. I'm wondering if I just demolish that little factory off the side there as being somewhat redundant now. By somewhat, I mean absolutely redundant. And repurpose that iron for a better cause. Hello there. Your services are no longer needed. Yeah, let's demolish all this. Move speed. I'm light-footed. Another achievement. Woo! Smashing them achievements. Look at this. All this work that we did before just being smashed. Ages as well. Obviously it's sad to get rid of it, but we have a much bigger factory elsewhere. So, as sad as it is, it's no longer really needed. We've got bigger and better. Oh, we need a storage box of some description. We'll just get rid of the litter. Organize this. Use that iron in a second. Just dump a heap of this in here. I may not come back and rescue it. I may, who knows. Really depends a bit on my mood. Alright, you. The good news is that's going to free up a whole heap of space for us as well. Now, we are going to switch these guys over to Iron Bar. Same with this. Doink this, run it down. Same here, run it down. We will upgrade that to the highest possible level. It's going to run down here and try and proliferate. And we're going to repurpose this guy down here. It's still got a few motors, so it can continue to supply those. Say that we really want to get rid of it though. And then run these iron bars out of town. I could have just probably moved it and, you know, made it closer or whatever, but not really necessary. What is necessary is to clear these belts. Right. Oh man, I probably needed to have thought that through a little bit first. Cool. In and in. And you'll start supplying that iron. In the meantime, I just got a whole heap of these that I don't want. So we're going to fill up those boxes with all this junk. In terms of this, we're just going to go like that and say, here you go. Go nuts. Apparently there's still a magnet somewhere here. Not sure how that happened, but I think it has caused me issues down here maybe. You're no longer flowing in, so either, yeah, you're not full, so... Ah. Really? I think we're good now. Alright. So we've got a steady supply of iron, which is great. Head back up to our particle accelerators. And as we can see, we've got a good amount sitting ready to go. So we'll just start hooking these up. Produced our first strange matter. Cool, and then we want an output line. That's just a lobby, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Get my output come to to this. Or continue to run it up and what's need to be made in assemblers. Do this section for a bit of a warp grid production. That could work. Okay, we'll run it down. Now, it is really important to get warpers right and make sure you don't run out, because otherwise your interstellar vehicles will quite happily try to do interstellar trips at sublight speeds, and they're very hard to intercept when that happens. And you just gotta kind of stare at them and wait for them to complete their journey. We are! That's strange matter. Cool, now we want more. Of course we want more. More. We've got a Nyla 9 sitting here waiting for us, so that's good. What are we thinking? I'm thinking we get it up to this level here, right? Up to the gate, and then we can proliferate it on its way out. That sounds actually reasonably sensible, so that is what we'll do. Can't do it any better, so we'll just flip this around. Go 1, 2, 3. No, you can't do 3. Please. Yeah, you can. You were lying to me. Alright. That should be another heap of strange matter being used here. Just hook up that power. I think the reason why it didn't want me to squish them together is to allow for power poles where I needed it. And then we will just, oh yeah, let's put my power poles in the wrong position. I'm going to run that as a belt on the back here. Thanks. It's good news. I just don't need you blocking my screen, please. This is not like in a first-person shooter where, like, get out of the way! Oh my god, you killed me! No! Alright. Strange matter is happening. I cut it there. So we do want to proliferate. In fact, what we can probably do is just cut these off. Run it through as just one line, because it's not going to be that fast. Even though I'm using the top tier belts, probably actually not necessary. And then we will chuck our proliferator here. And run it through. Like so. You can spray everything up. And that will just be dandy. I'm going to run it until it is just proliferated stuff, and then I can drop it onto the belt behind it. so we have strange matter production. To produce graviton lens, we also want diamonds. Now, fortunately, we should have a diamond line right here. Haha! It is necessary for the production of all this stuff, though. So that is a downside. On the plus side, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So, we will do this. We'll start running it in and then running it off to the side here. Okay. So, from how many strange matters did we end up using? We've got a row of 12, right? Or a group of 12, if you will. So that's going to be 1.5 a second. So at 1.5 a second, I can do 9 of these. I think. I don't know, but I think, and my guess, I reckon, is pretty good. Now, because I'm proliferating on one side, I want to proliferate on the other. Actually, finally getting the hang of that word as well. So, what do we do here? We're going to go down like so. I think we're going to run it under just to take advantage of this thing. Alright, we got the spray painting. Now, I said 9, I'm pretty sure. So let's see if I'm right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Oh my god, it's actually just... everything's just kind of working out perfectly tonight. And I just jinxed it. I'm sure we'll be fine. Oh my god, he's just jinxing it again. Now we're going to run it out and then under again just to spray paint another time. Cool. You are going to be making our graviton lenses, please. And we'll tell you to input, input, output. Run it up the line. And the last one was wrong, so that's why. Ah! Damn you, autosave. Damn you, research. Just let me go. Just let me do this, please. I've been waiting so long to get warpers. There we go. We need power. And we're now producing our graviton lenses. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, we are hitting our target for tonight in terms of producing warpers. That's alright. So, if I'm right on the production scale, so we've got 9 of these, right? Pretty sure? Yeah. So that's producing, with 6 of them, that's 1 a second, or 1.5 a second. So if we're doing 1.5 a second, I think we can produce 10 space warper production facilities. Let's again see if I'm right. just gonna put it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I probably will use something else to produce the warpers I need for, I mean the graviton lenses I need for other purposes as well. So this is going to be dedicated to just keeping our warp facilities running. This is a warp only zone. I'm going to make warpers 2. So are you. I'm really surprised I didn't get an achievement for the first production of warpers. That seems like a massive thing, really. Although I guess they figured that if you've done graviton lenses, then you're absolutely there on warpers. Alright, that's going to go into an interstellar logistics station. Now this thing's sole purpose in life is going to be thinking this through. So every 10 seconds it's going to need one and produce one. If I have 9 of these all working at 6, then surely I can produce more than 10. So I think I've got 9, and I think I'm therefore producing 1.5 a second, right? So to consume 1.5 a second, I'd need definitely 15. I don't know how I got that math wrong. Right, fortunately this is an iron station that I need to keep running. Loop it around? Yeah. Loop it around. So I think we can go one more and then start the loop. Alright, so that's 12. $13, $14, $15. Alright, and then interstellar logistics station. And your sole purpose is you're not only going to fill up with warpers, but you are going to supply warpers. We've got warpers required. You're not going to be an orbital collector no matter what you do. We do need to give you some drones. Do need to give you some these guys. And we might as well go for overkill because all it's going to do is just take up more space if I'm wrong. There we go. Now we're going to grab some for ourselves. There's going to be plenty. Yep, that's all I can carry. Beautiful. I think that's all we need to do here. We now have warp production up and running. We have our graviton lenses being produced. And warpers, ladies and gentlemen, mean that we can go to other systems. We can't do green science yet. Q logistics. Already queued. Alright, we'll go to tech, and green science is the next thing I want to be able to research. So, what do we need for that? We're going to need quantum chips. Then green science. We might as well go with planes field smelting. And need green science for that too. We can get quantum printing. Alright, cool. Other sciencey things continue to go on, continue to happen. Plenty of strange matter backed up in the system at the moment. That won't last. I mean, 10,000 warpers is a lot. Now, before we go on a joy cruise, because that's what we're about to do, I want to make sure I'm not going to get stranded. And the surest way to make sure I'm not getting stranded is to just pick up some power supplies before we go. So while I have the hydrogen, the deuterons are a lot better. And we'll actually start making use of those. In the meantime, these can continue to build up a surplus of them. I don't need these excess ones. All this spray paint, I kind of feel like I want to dump somewhere. Hurrah! Much excitement. How we're doing on power as well with these guys up and running. Are we meeting capacity? Yeah, we are nowhere near capacity. So even these guys are doing 48%. Cool. Alright, warpers equipped. Let's go and check out before we end this episode. We are going to end this episode around about here-ish, just to be clear. But because we've produced warpers and that's what I wanted to do tonight. But before we do, we want to go for a cruise around the place. We can warp. Who doesn't want to check out what that looks like? Nobody. Nobody doesn't want that. We're going to need more graphene. Look, just not enough. That's what's slowing down our science at the moment, I believe. Yeah, it's just got no nanotubing. That's okay. Oh, we haven't looked at our Dyson sphere for a while either. So that's still sitting around a gigawatt. I would have thought it would be a bit higher by now, to be honest, because we got solar extension. Cell extension life. Pardon me. Alright, let's, without any more ado, been teasing it out, sorry folks. Let's go check out our stellar neighborhood. To infinity and beyond. Alright, so we're just powering out from the planet and just escape the orbit. Where's a gas giant? There we are. And we'll zoom out. Now the one that I want to go look at in particular is Murphak. because this guy has some fractal silicon, it's got some organic crystal, it's got sulfuric acid, it's got crude oil, and it's got fire ice. I mean, oh my god, all this cool stuff. So I want to see what the planet layout is. And I'm going to also have to remember, how do we warp again? How do we warp? Need to get to a certain speed. Nope. Is it a double tap? Is it a tab? Nope. Caps. There we are. Caps. Whee! To infinity and beyond. Now, the further you are out from a gravitational source, then the faster you will go in warp. We're going to run out of power before we even get there, though. Alright. I can't get rid of those milestones as well, so we're stuck with them for a bit. And we're just going to power up. We are 27 AUs out from the system, so a good chunk of time and light years from anywhere else, so in the deep darker space. Hence, thanks Fireham as well, I appreciate it. I've forgotten from the last time I played. Hence though, why you always want to, you know, keep power supplies on you. Now I'm going to get rid of the hydrogen because it sucks, and we're going to go with the good stuff. Because we don't want to just be stuck in the middle of space, spending ages waiting for our power to actually get rid of those while I worked out to do my thing. And we should be able to do it. Come on, just let me get there. You know, that's going to be close enough. Right, let's check out our new system here. So we have this guy. It's a jungle. That's where our oil and organic crystal is going to come from. We've got a little bit of iron, a little bit of silicon, heaps of coal. All right. I think we might go and sit down on that one, just visit it and check it out while we're here. What else we got? We have gas giant, more deuterium, which could be useful. A bit more hydrogen, of course. Common as. There's our sulfuric acid planet, so the volcanic acid one. So we definitely want to pay this one with some collector pumps and set up our pumps and start exporting acid from this planet. We've got Murphak out here. This is our fire ice. So we've got an ice field Gelisol, I think. Now power, of course, is going to be our new problem. We're far from our power network, so we can't just yoink things off. Also, we're getting quite close to that jungle planet, so I'm just going to aim for it. Thanks. And hey, we have landed on another planet. Is that 5, really? It's only 3 back at home, I thought. 4 maybe if you count the gas giant, but... Oh, then 5 here. Yeah, okay. Counting gas giant. Okay. Now, we'll have a look at this planet in a second. Sorry, I just want to check out the rest here. What have we got? Icefield Gelisol or Gelisol and Ashen Gelisol. And that's got our fractal silicon. So that'll make our crystal silicon really nicely. So at some point we will visit that as well. So, thinking this through. I mean, I could just set up multiple power networks, I guess. Because if all we're doing is mining and exporting, we shouldn't need too much, but we will need heaps of power for the warpers. So you're going to be good for solar. You're good for pretty much nothing renewable. Same with that. And then where I'm at the moment is going to be good for wind. Okay. I can deal with that. Wind we can just chunk down a heap, although there's not much buildable area here. And wind power does take a fair bit too. Okay, but we're on a new planet. That's kind of cool. Different trees happening here. Have a look around. Get into the sunny side. Yeah, different shading as well. Very pretty. And I think it's meant to be like some kind of jungle water world, oceanic jungle satellite. Definitely very pretty. Alright, let's just go into orbit view and check this out. So, plenty of silicon, plenty of crude oil. Oh yeah, we're gonna be pumping the oil from here. I'm wondering if I want to refine on site. I mean, I could refine on site and then burn the hydrogen in just burners, and that could produce my power. So don't really need hydrogen, not when you've got gas giants. The hydrogen is just going to become superfluous, but the oil and the petroleum will be very, very valuable. You can collect acid from plants? Okay, let's try it. Get in that natural acid. Plant fuel. Let's just queue up a few of these. That can't be harvested. More logistics. Maybe one of these. I think when we hover. Flowers. Yeah, okay. Let's go for the flowers then. Unless it's these ones. Hey, we did get to acid. There we are. But no achievement for it. Or maybe I've already done it at some point. I don't think so, but that's alright. No bother, worth a try. Oh, nice surprise, you do get the achievement for 100 organic crystals. So it could be that we need to do the same for the acid. So let's keep going. I want to see if we get this for the acid as well. I think I'm just collecting organic crystals now though. So it's got to be these plants for the acid, I think. In the meantime, I'm filling up a plant fuel. Anyway, what was it doing though? What was it doing? Ah, it's going to look around. Ah, what we got here? Yes, organic crystal vein. That's what I was after. So we've got 1.8 million. So it's all coming from this one as well. That saves us a ton of time and effort in some of our production chains, just to go straight to those crystals rather than producing plastic and a heap of other stuff. Or is it there? So there's our kind of alternate recipe where you use wood, plant material, and water. But in this one, we're skipping petroleum, plastic, and water to make these. Okay. Now I want to check out these other planets as well. They have added new planets since the last time I played this, so it's all a bit new to me. That jungle planet wasn't around, or I never encountered one the last time at least. So what was our other ones? Volcanic Ash. I'm pretty sure I will have visited one of these, but we'll swing by it at least. I'm pretty sure I've been out to the ice planets yet so far. I don't think we have in this stream though, so just in case someone hasn't seen one yet. I mean, they're very common, but we'll queue that up after the volcanic ash. Now, if there's there wouldn't be magma on this one actually because it's got acid lakes. Just gonna try and swing into orbit rather than landing. Yeah. So there's going to be plenty of soil pile to collect from this place. Just all those big bumps will mean that I can use it to fill in maybe on the ocean planet as well. And it's really, I'm just looking at this place mainly for the sulfuric acid, but the other thing we want to export from here is going to be the iron ore, which we'll definitely need heaps of back at our home system. Alright, we'll leave our orbit. Head out to this guy further out. How are we going on power? Plenty. I love these things. I wonder if this is the one with the fire ice. I don't think so. I think it's the other one with the fire ice. That's the other thing I want is cheap and available graphene. Slow down as well. Again, we'll just try and enter orbit. There we are. So this is nice little frosty world here. Is that open water there? Not saying I can mine water, so probably not. It is the fire ice one. Okay, so let's rename some planets. I can. I think I need to get out of orbit to do it. There we are. So we're going to call you Fire Ice. Going to the solar system. You. I'm going to call you Acid Land. America wants to invade because it has lots of oil. Fractal. And I think I've named everything I want to name here. Different orbit there as well. Oh yeah. So this is Gassy McGasface. Excellent. Okay, so we're gonna head back home from here to Tayageta. We need another name. We need another name for that place. I'm sick of saying home or Earth. It's definitely not Sol, so I'll have a think about it. Line it up and go to warp, Scotty. Come on, don't come out on me before I get there. No, you're gonna dump me at the edge. Oh well. I'm not sure if this has happened to you or not, Firehammer, but have you ever had your interstellar logistics transports try to make the trip at sublight because you forgot to equip them with warpers and you let them? Because this is about the speed that they go. Oh, I've done it like after they've added the tick box as well. Alright, 7 AU is not bad. Maybe. Yeah, I know. I've been very careful when I've been setting up my interstellar stations to make sure that I'm ticking that off. Oh, this is horrible, actually. Yeah, not enough energy still. Get rid of this as well. Just drop it in. Space. What other junk have I got in here that I can clear out? I'm gonna drop this into an assembly line because I'm running out of those at the moment. And these can go into boxes too. Much closer. No, don't pull me into the gas giant. Oh, my computer froze for a second there, didn't know what to do. Alright, home sweet home. Let's find a charging station. Sure, I dropped one around here. There we are. That'll help a little bit. Oh, really sore arms. Sorry. Okay. So what's going on? We've got problems up here. I think the next stream after this one, even though I've got warpers and the ability to go to other planets and everything, will just be something to shore up my supply lines, because I suspect all this needs just tweaking and upgrading and bringing back into reality. Yeah, so this is probably a prime example. That can be a main line, that can be upped. As can that. Yeah, we're emptying our petroleum, so we're gonna need more. This is gonna fill up, which is gonna stop our petroleum from working. things to do. What else are we missing here? It's coming off this line, plastic. It's not an input, it's an output thing. Or so I thought. Apparently not. You're up to another level. So fixing that, this will be diverted, I think, into plastic production. Want some mining acid, just importing it via interstellar transport. Can I make you an acid? Yeah, alright, let's set that up now. Warpers are required. Through here. I should have warpers somewhere, but it's not distributing, I think. I want my primary imports to be equipped with them. So I'll put a local logistics station around here if we can. There, yep. You warpers demand. Whoa, jeepers. Just 100 will be fine. Run warpers over there. Your planetary. Your planetary. Or else these guys are interplanetary. Alright, so your remote demand, warp is required. Because we'll be producing graphene off planet. It's good for you to have a supply of them. You, I don't know what you'll be getting, but eventually we can, there's a special recipe we can use later on. Not to mention you might go into Stellar to grab these, so yeah, if you're going to go into Stellar and pick up stuff, then you'll need warpers, and you've got them, cool. And then somewhere down here I suspect as well. Might end up with these guys. Trying to head into Stellar, your remote storage. Remote demand for these. Nerf the transport, yeah, that's fine. You're not going to go anywhere for those anyway, so you don't need warpers there.
that. Oh, come on. There we go. A bit more. Alright, what are we missing? Iron. Really? Really? Like the most common thing ever. Hang on. Hang up. We repurposed our magnet factory down here. So for whatever reason, you no longer seem to be accepting iron. Maybe there's still a magnet stuck somewhere. Let's double check these lines are definitely all set to iron. Yep, all iron bars. Input. Charge real fast, please. Get rid of that. I picked up. Yeah, it's still a magnet. How? I cleared those lines, I swear. I mustn't have. Such a pain. Alright, we're standing around until I'm very certain that they've been. Alright. Now I said this before that this sole purpose was going to be whoppers, but I'm told a lie. I think I'm also going to set it so it's going to remote demand iron at some point. So I'll set it up now and just put it to remote storage. That way I just remember that I want to do something here. And I think at some point as well, I'll have it importing magnets. Currently got nothing importing stone, so I actually can start doing that right away. So you can remote demand and locally supply stone. I can get these glass factories working properly. Yep, definitely we are going to be dedicating the next stream, because I'll probably run out of time in a second, to be producing, or just cleaning up all the things that are just no longer good enough. So not necessarily producing anything, but just making sure it's all kind of running properly. So, I mean, even things like this is just doing nothing anymore. Might as well divert it so it's being used. Alright, down, across you go, up a level. Thanks. Excellent, that'll bring my glass production back up. I think this one's out, yep, so let's shut them down. glass output at the moment. Is there a handy proliferation line? Because I feel like that could use a boost. I know I said we're going to finish once we've gone and checked out the local Stellar neighborhood, and here I am not finishing. And that's pretty much what this game is like. There's always another thing to do. It's very easy to just go, oh, just do this one extra thing. You know, one more turn. Kind of like Civ. Okay, so that should actually make these a little bit better. At least just output occasionally an extra product. Yeah, so we're starting to see that line start to fill up. But we're not backlogging our glass just yet. Let's see if we can do that. Get the right angles now that I'm just kind of building around this sort of thing. Because it's coming down. Is it? No, it's the belt of overhead. Just do this instead. Just. Awesome. Are we backing up on the glass yet? No, and that means I still can't justify ramping these up to the Mark II ones. Need a lot more glass before that happens. That's okay. At least we now have a good supply of stone coming in. That'll fix up prison problem. Prison, not prison. What's going on down here? Not enough graphite. Oh, that's horrible on the camera. Stop. My eyes. Speed that up. Speed it up to the top level. You up a level. I think I actually did build that thinking that I was going to upgrade it with better belts later on. Have we got plenty of coal still? Yeah, we've got nearly 1 million. Oh, 7.75 million. Okay, so that's now backed up. Good. Which means, yep, we've got our red signs going. How are we going on the storage of this? So we're slowly eating our way through. And likewise here, we're slowly eating our way through. But our main problem at the moment is these titanium crystals. And that's because our organic guys are not keeping up. So directly importing those will help a lot. As I mentioned, that's going to turn into... I think I said this is going to be turned into plastic production, but this is also going to be plastic production. There's going to be a whole lot of plastic coming out here. Which means rebuilding a whole heap of things, but that's going to be okay. We'll deal with that when we come to it. Yeah, so is this all running? No, so this one, need more plastic. It's not surprising. We are proliferating it at least. Are we proliferating that water? Yeah, we are. So we're doing everything we can. We could upgrade our proliferators, our spray painters, to be using the next model as well. And I'm wondering if it's actually getting as far as it should too. I mean, I've got all this stuff that I can just dump on the line. Take forever. Yeah, I know. I've already torn down my original green motor factory. That's why I've got all these T1 or Tech 1 assemblers in my inventory. I'm not sure if you're around then or not, so if you did watch it and you're thinking, I already know this, sorry. Let's go fill up these boxes with all the crap that I've picked up though. Ah, hang on, we've got a problem over here. That could get to be a bad problem too. In the belt factory, we no longer have iron. Yeah, because these are all done now. I don't even, yeah, we've got all these magnets. Yep. Get rid of you. And just redesign this line as well. Back in the day of T1 belts only. Alright, what other problems have we got here? I could walk down the mall line. Be alright actually. Still got plenty of supplies on this. Certainly use some more graphite coming off these. Just do this here. Make the priority down that way. Plenty of solar sails, that's all fine. Plenty of pink dumbbells. That's all good. At some point it will need an upgrade. Actually, still backed up on it, but we have been using it. Actually, I've got all these those organic crystals in my inventory, so I should make use of those. Hang on. Hey, green science. I should have totally done that where I actually had proliferation ahead of it. Oops. Plastic going anywhere, we're supplying it somewhere locally. Ah, that's right, it's going to our purple science. Oil production is fine. Seep is pretty good. Same with here. It's running to the end. Want to expand on this too. Definitely. This is the one that's taken the most hit. Yeah, okay. It's not as bad as I thought. We've still got a little bit of room for hydrogen to be filled, and we'll probably just fill this up with fluid containers at some point. Until I work out what to do with the excessive amounts of hydrogen. Realistically, I could just send it off to Casimir crystals, and that would drain it in very, very short order. Okay, alright, I think this is where we're going to leave it, folks. And then in the next episode, what I think I want to do is spend a little bit of quality time just fine-tuning my factory, upgrading the supply chains where they need upgrading, and then after that we will start doing our first interplanetary or inter-system exploitation. So we're going to start getting some of these resources in from other places, so we can start grabbing these organic crystals directly from a mine. We'll take advantage of that. We'll start setting up sources of iron and magnets from another solar system. In particular, this one. We'll start importing that acid as well, and probably set up imports of graphite and all our other materials from here. That's going to be the goal anyway. You're very welcome. Thank you very much for watching Firehammer. I appreciate it. Or for being the one in chat while you're watching anyway. So thanks again. I will see you in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching later on YouTube, drop me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. If you're here on Twitch, our follow is always appreciated. And I will see you next time. Cheers.